Welcome back. We are now joined by musician Reagan Hicks. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So we were talking earlier, you are born in Flatonia, but grew up in Hallettsville.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
How did that whole thing work out?
So we moved to Flatonia from San Antonio when I was about 2, and my older sisters went to school in Flatonia for a little while. And when I was in first grade, we just decided my parents wanted us to have a Catholic education, so we made the switch, moved to Hallettsville, and lived in Flatonia. But since I went to school in Hallettsville, I kind of did most of my running around over there. So I would kind of consider myself to have grown up in Hallettsville.
Got it. How did you get into music? Who are your aspirations? Is it a family thing, or how did you get into it?
So growing up, I did watch my mom play guitar. She did it as a hobby for church, so I did have that influence around. But primarily, I kind of just got into it in junior high, just in school band, and I played drums, and that's how I kind of got my musicality, and I just kind of kept to it. And eventually, one day I was driving home from a show. I was playing drums with one of my buddies, and I was like, "Hey, man, I feel like I should start singing." And from there, I just started singing and learned guitar, and I played other instruments, but I always seemed to gravitate back to guitar.
Guitar, so you play the drums, you play the guitar, and you sing.
And I play bass. I don't
And
really
you
do
play
bass
bass.
a whole lot anymore, but I do play it, yes ma'am.
And so I was watching an interview you had on Barn Sessions, and you have your pilot's license. Okay, go off. What is that, and how did that come about?
Yeah, graduating high school, college didn't seem like the move for me, and my dad had mentioned aviation just kind of out of the blue, and I was like, that sounds interesting, and we went and did a little test flight, and I was like, this sounds fun. This is something I could see myself doing. So I ended up going through with it and got my commercial airplanes license. And so I have that under my belt in case I ever decide to use it.
To go back,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Yeah, that's always good. And so this music career that you have going on, what is the goal? Where do you envision yourself going with this?
The goal, obviously, is to get to the highest level you possibly can,
Of
right?
course,
But
yeah.
I think the goal for me is just to play my original music to as many people that would like to hear it and just have as much fun as I can while I'm doing it.
What are some musical aspirations that you look up to?
I've always looked up to Keith Urban a lot.
Okay.
I love his guitar skills and his vocals, but other than Keith Urban, I love some new guys, Parker Ryan and Mike Ryan, and as well as Brooks and Dunn. You can't go wrong with Brooks and Dunn.
And through your music, what do you hope to convey? What's the message you want to send out?
I think the message is kind of just to get my personality to the world, which is, always do your best, but always have fun, have energy, and just leave a positive print on the world and have as much fun while you're doing it.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Reagan, thank you so much. We're going to have a performance by you up next. It's going to be super exciting. You guys are not going to want to miss this. And we also have more Community Crossroads information up next.
Lonely without you. I'm lonely without you.